Hi, my name is Graham Smith, and I'm one of the authors that helped develop the learning approach to mathematics that is found in our textbook as well as the video you are about to experience. To learn more about our approach to learning mathematics, visit the web address that accompanies this video. Now, enjoy the video. Metric system units of measure. This video will help you understand the metric system units of length, volume, and weight, and also convert units of measure within the metric system. Understand the metric system units of length, volume, and weight. There are three fundamental units that are used to measure length, volume, and weight. They are meters, liters, and grams, respectively. Metric prefixes are added to make the fundamental units larger or smaller. Each prefix indicates a power of 10, matching our own number system. So conversions in the metric system are very easy because these prefixes match our number system. Values of metric prefixes. You can see here that we have a table, and in this table we have some of the metric prefixes listed. Let's take a look now and see how these prefixes match our number system. We're going to start right here in the middle. Here is our fundamental unit: meters for length, liters for volume, and grams for weight. Now, each of these fundamental units uses the same prefixes to make these units either bigger, and if we move to the left here, these prefixes make the fundamental units bigger. So for example, if I took meters and I wanted to look at decameters, that is 10 times the amount of 1 meter. And so we use this word deca to mean 10 times. So decameters is actually 10 meters. Again, going to the left, if we were looking at hecto, like hectoliters, that would be 100 liters. And if we get all the way out to kilo, like kilograms, that would mean we have 1,000 of these grams. Now moving to the right, we use the same thing as our own decimal system. Now we're going to talk about fractions. So the first place here, deci, is our tenths, or being divided by 10. So if I took a deciliter, that means I'm taking 1 liter and I'm dividing it into 10 parts and just taking one of those parts. And again, moving along here with centa, if I took a centimeter, that means I'm taking a meter and I'm dividing it into 100 parts. So as we move to the right, they get smaller. As they move to the left, we get bigger. And we're always going by multiples of 10, just like our number system. Now, one saying that can help you memorize these prefixes, it's kind of nonsensical, but it will help you remember these prefixes. You can use the statement, King Henry died unceremoniously drinking chocolate milk. And all of these are going to be obvious except for unceremoniously, because that's a U. And what the U means is that's just our fundamental unit of either meters, liters, or grams. And then we start adding all of these other prefixes as we move to the left of that or to the right of that. Now let's take a look at some common metric measures of length so you can get an understanding of the relative size of these measures. The first one I have listed here is kilometers, and a kilometer is 1,000 meters. Kilometers are used the way that we would use miles in the US system. So I have a picture of a map here, and you can see that this distance I have from here to here is 1 kilometer. You may have noticed on your speedometer gauge in your car that you also have kilometers listed. That's because countries that use the metric system used kilometers the way that we use miles to measure distances in driving. The next one, we have 1 meter. And one common measure that we use a meter for is hurdles. In the US and other countries, they have the meter-high hurdles. So I have a picture here of a hurdle, and you can see that this hurdle is 1 meter high. The next is a centimeter, and that is 1/100th of a meter. And a centimeter is about the width of somebody's finger. So if you want to kind of get a guesstimate of how big a centimeter is, that's about the width of one finger. Now let's take a look at some common metric measures of volume so you can get an understanding of their relative size. The first one we have is kiloliters, and I have here a barrel. Not all of these barrels, but one of those barrels is about a kiloliter, or 1,000 liters. The next thing is a liter itself, and you may have had a lot of experience with liters. A lot of times water bottles are sold as liters. So this is a commonly used water bottle. That's 1 liter in volume. And then I have here listed a milliliter, and a milliliter we use oftentimes in the medical professions for giving medicine. And so you can see here that I have on the syringe just 1 milliliter shaded. Now let's take a look at some common metric measures of weight, so you can get an understanding of the relative size of these measures. A kilogram, which is 1,000 grams, is about the weight of a pineapple. In the metric system, when people are trying to gauge their own weight, they use kilograms, the way that we use pounds in the US system to take the weight of a person. We also have here a gram, and a gram is a very small amount of weight. You can see here I have 2 paper clips. So if you put 2 paper clips together, small paper clips, that would be the weight of 1 gram. Now it's time to check your understanding of the metric system and see if you know what type of thing we would use to measure these common everyday items. Pause your video player and answer this guided practice question. When you're done, hit play to see how you did. Question 1. Identify the metric prefix and fundamental unit that most conveniently measures each quantity. Okay, so we're looking at the volume of a soda bottle. Well, to measure the volume of a soda bottle, we're probably going to use liters. You may have already encountered this. A larger soda bottle, lots of times they sell them in 2 liters. Next one, the length of a notebook. Well, the length of a notebook we're going to measure in centimeters. We use centimeters in the metric system very similarly to the way you use inches in the US system. The perimeter of California. Well, if we're measuring all the way around California, we would probably use kilometers. Kilometers are used very similarly to the way that we use miles in the US system. The weight of a person. The weight of a person, we would use kilograms. Kilograms are used very similarly to the way that we use pounds in the US system. The width of a classroom. If we were measuring all the way across the classroom, we would measure that in meters. Meters are used very similarly to the way that we use feet or yards in the US system. The volume of a syringe, now we're talking about a very small amount of volume, we would probably use milliliters to measure the volume of a syringe. Convert units of measure within the metric system. Since the metric system was designed to work with our decimal number system, we can perform conversions in the metric system by simply moving the decimal point. Now let's take a look at the metric conversion table. You can see in the metric conversion table, all we have listed are the prefixes, and the first row here is distances. And so I have my fundamental unit of meters, and then all I'm using is the prefixes here, going out for meters. So we have to the left, we have decameters, and then we have hectometers and kilometers. Notice if I go down to the next one for volume, for liters here, I use the exact same prefixes. And if we go down to grams, we're going to use the exact same prefixes. So the conversions are identical whether we're measuring length, volume, or weight. We're going to use this exact same metric conversion table. And this metric conversion table matches our number system, so all we have to do is count the movements on the metric conversion table and do the same thing with our decimal numbers. So for example, if I was converting grams to kilograms, so I'm starting here at grams, and I want to go over here to kilograms, that is 1, 2, 3 places to the left on this metric conversion chart. So in our number, all we would have to do is move that decimal point those same 3 places to the left. And again, a helpful saying to help you remember this metric conversion table is King Henry died unceremoniously drinking chocolate milk. Now let's take a look at some examples that will help you understand how to convert units of measure in the metric system. Example 2. Convert 200 grams to kilograms. Alright, well let's see. Grams, we're starting right here in the center, that's our fundamental unit, and now we're going to go to kilograms, and that is 1, 2, 3 places to the left. So if I want to convert 200 grams to kilograms, I want to move the decimal the same way that I moved on my conversion chart over here, and that was 3 places to the left. So if we start with the decimal, remember the decimal in 200 is over here on the right side. So what I need to do to convert that to kilograms is move 3 places to the left. So I would go 1, 2, 3. So 200 grams is actually equal to 0.2 kilograms. and conversion is that simple. Let's take a look at example 3. Convert 6.1 kilometers to decimeters. So let's see. Here's kilometers right here, and I want to move to decimeters, which is over here. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 places to the right. So over here with 6.1 kilograms now, I need to move that decimal 4 places to the right. So I would go 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like I'm going to have to add some zeros here. So that's going to be 61000. Put my comma in there. So that is going to be 61,000 decimeters when I convert that. And that was 6.1 kilometers, then was equal to 61,000 decimeters. Now it's time to check your understanding of converting units of measure in the metric system. Hit pause on your video player and answer these guided practice questions. When you're done, hit play to see how you did. Question 2. Convert 45 decagrams to milligrams. So let's see. Here we're starting at decagrams, and we want to go over to milligrams. So that is going to be a movement of 1, 2, 3, 4 places to the right. So here we are with 45 was our original number, and the decimal was here. So I want to go 4 places to the right. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to add some zeros. And so let's write this number out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put our commas in to see what it is. So that's actually going to be 450,000, and then that is milligrams when I convert 45 decagrams. Question 3. Convert 1.5 kilometers to meters. So we're starting here with kilometers, and we want to go to meters. That's a movement of 1, 2, 3 places to the right. So we had 1.5, and we want to move that 3 places to the right. So there's 1, 2, 3. Add some zeros. So it looks like 1,500 meters when I convert 1.5 kilometers to meters. If you found this video helpful, I encourage you to check out our other videos that we have on YouTube, or visit the web address that accompanies this video to learn more about our approach to learning mathematics.